Hi there, welcome to our upper body practice for today. We're going to move more through the wrists and shoulders and heart opening. The other day we did some more about hips and focus on the low body, which of course it's all connected. So everything will be tuned into and turned on. So go ahead and just start naturally moving around and around, taking a few breaths, rocking forward and back. Maybe you're just waking up, or perhaps it's the end of your day. Whether you were standing all day, seated all day, just see how your body feels right now before we get started. If you'd like to open and close your arms, maybe a little gentle gaze to the right, gaze to the left. Nothing specific just yet, rocking side to side. And then let your shoulders just roll up and back and down and around a couple times. Up, back, down, and around. And then reverse that. Then we'll go ahead and just take a few breaths to stillness. That was my dog sneezing. God bless you. So let your breath receive through the body. Inhale. And a big open mouth exhale. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Let that be the practice throughout today's journey. If it's available to your nasal passage, to your nose, to your face, and to your chest and lungs, breathing in and out through the nose is most beneficial. So when you're ready, we'll take some soft, slow sips of air in through the nose. Nothing to force, and then a gentle, soft exhale through the nose. Soft and slow. Now that we've been seated for some time, just checking in, eyes can be open or closed, hand to heart center if you choose, and or around the belly or both. A slight tuck of the chin, lengthening the back of your neck, pressing down through the sit bones, lifting up through the crown, top of your head. Taking in the sounds you might hear around you, either through the screen in my location or your local space. Maybe you could even tune in to the sound of your breath. And if not the sound of your breath, tune into the pattern of your breath. Try to lengthen the exhalations as much and as best as you can, letting the inhale just be gentle without control, but then turn a little bit of control on so you could completely exhale through the nose. Notice what's happening now without judgment. Bringing yourself to this present moment. Acknowledging the mind if it's active. Just allow for 3 more breaths. Try to soften the muscles in your face. Relax the muscles through the neck and shoulders. And we'll gently bring our palms together anywhere at all, in front of your belly, in front of your heart, or elsewhere. Just go ahead and start to rub your hands. Create a little bit of heat through this friction, bringing some awareness to the hands, part of your body. Can you feel them? Connected to your arms and shoulders, connected to the rest of your body, neck and torso, belly, hips, legs, and feet. So go ahead and just rub around your wrists, Moving up one arm through the forearm and elbow, bicep, tricep, shoulders, across the chest. Just gently, that feels good to your body. It doesn't have to make a sound. It can be even a soft tickle. You might even go slowly. And then, of course, switching sides. This body, this is my arm. You might say to yourself, if you experience disconnection or awareness of disembodiment, it's often challenging for you to be connected to the body. This is a really great practice. Yeah, and then we'll just go ahead and stay in the arms. Maybe you feel some heat or tingles. You can rub around the neck, perhaps around the upper back, and then just shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. And notice if the breath has changed. And then we'll go ahead and reach the arms all the way up slowly. Feel the hands, maybe. Feel the shoulders, maybe. And then exhale. Hands to your heart center. Let's try and drink out of your cup. Let's do that 2 more times, sitting through the ground downward, but pulling up energy through the navel and spine. Exhale, hand. Wi-Fi got disconnected. We'll continue. We were reaching your arms up. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Good. Next time your arms want to reach out, just bring them out to the side. Spread your fingers wide. Reach out through the fingertips. Try to cinch your ribs in and really neutralize the pelvic floor by engaging the boy and girl part region. As you open your heart and look up, inhale, and then you're going to internally rotate the shoulders around the spine, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. We'll let that be our first movement. Breath in, look up. Only look up if it's okay for the neck. Exhale, round. And we'll do this a few more times. At this last time, let it arms reach out, palms face up. Reach, 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 and then go ahead and give yourself a hug with an exhale. One arm is on top of the other. See how far back you could round or grab a hold of your shoulder blades. And then we're going to alternate arms while we do this. Inhale, arms reach out. Cross the opposite arm on top. Reach as far back towards your scapula as you can. Maybe even tickle or massage. And then alternate your own pace. So inhale, exhale. You could tuck your chin if it feels right. Inhale, exhale. Like it yours, let it be whatever expression wants to come out. It might be moving some other part of you. It might be movement, dancing with your breath. It might just be from center, alternating arms as we begin. Okay, how about 2 more? Go ahead and hold your hug, whichever arm is on top is fine. And just kind of twist side to side, just a little bit of your upper body through the thoracic spine, keeping stable through the lumbar and sacrum. And we're going to go ahead and hold the twist all the way over to the right. Or turn your head gently over to the left. The tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Slow and soft, gentle breathing. As you return to center, pause. You let your arms float down by your sides, remembering which arm was on top. You're welcome to be still or move your hands, fingers, or arms. And then switch. Opposite arm on top. Deep breath in. Twist your torso the opposite direction, whichever you didn't do, and turn your head the opposite way, whichever way you didn't look. How's your breath? Relax the jaw. Come out if there's pain. And slowly release. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. If you'd like to uncross your legs and cross the other one in front, please feel free. As we continue to move on from a seated position, make sure you're most comfortable. So I might like to sit on a block right now if you want to try that. I found lifting up my hips and my pelvis elongates my spine and I grow taller, more expansive, opening up upwards towards the ceiling through towards the sky. Hands by your sides. We'll go in for a little side bend. Right hand can stay down as the left arm comes up. And remember, my practice is more about movement, mobility for the joints. So if you'd like to, you can hold still, absolutely beautiful, or roll out the shoulder, very mindful. You're welcome to follow with your eyes, your fingertips as if you're drawing a circle. Really good for the brain, really good for the nervous system. Stay focused and connected. Working with proprioception, where are you in space? Understanding the body and the functions of our nervous system so that we are safe and we feel good wherever we are, whoever we're with. And if not, that we have these tools to bring present-centered awareness and safety. Good. Everybody's different. Honor where you're at. Go ahead and release that. Reaching up with both arms. Inhale. Lowering the left hand as you exhale. Going to try to stay connected through both sit bones. Reach up and over. Option to stay still. Maybe even pulsing is your preference. I didn't mention that on the other side, but you're welcome to do that on just one side. Or roll the shoulder out, following with your eyes or not, depending on your neck. What are you aware of right now? My arm is tingling. That's something that's been happening lately. So as I focus on my breath, not allowing myself to be distracted by the tingles, switching the direction, just honoring that as long as I'm not in pain, I'm hoping and hopeful that this is beneficial. Breathing well through the nose. And inhaling back to your center, reaching both arms up with an inhale. Both arms down with an exhale. Awesome. Roll the shoulders up and back. I feel awesome. Hopefully you do too. I can't see you. And then just check in. How do your shoulders and upper back feel now? Notice your spine. Notice your breath, resting your hands on the knees or lap. Good. We'll take this into a gentle twist, just getting started. Be mindful. You don't have to go very far. You might not even hold your knee or thigh. Maybe your hand comes out in front of you and your other hand behind you. As you sit up, then find your twist, letting your range of motion dictate how far you go, not reverse, not you forcing to go any further than your body allows. Releasing that when ready. Pausing in between sides. It's a really beautiful practice. I highly recommend and encourage you to do the same anytime you're practicing. Switch sides, other direction, a twist. Even in this, you could be moving if you wanted to without holding still. Maybe your upper body wants a little wiggle. So if you want to go back to the other side and try it, you can. And then releasing. Good. We're going to go ahead and stay seated for just a few more moments. Take 3 deep breaths here, back to how we started. In through the nose naturally, and then elongate, lengthen the exhale. Wonderful. We'll continue with the wrists before we move into the lower body in a different position. So again, if you need to adjust your seat, please do. I'm going to bend my knees and sit in a Virasana, hero's pose, or fixed firm, roll out the calf muscles. But I'm still sitting on the block. You could also stay seated cross-legged. We're going to go ahead and roll out the wrists. Good. You could try to even do them the opposite directions and see how that fares with your brain. Not that easy, huh? It's kind of like doing this. This I got down when I have my left hand on top and my right hand belly, but I don't know if I do. So, oh, look at that. I did it. Yay. Have no fear, no doubt. So same thing here, right? We want to keep that brain active and working throughout our lifetime. So these simple exercises can help with some neuroscience, neurosculpting. Yeah. Good. And then we'll go ahead and let your left palm face up. Gently with your right hand, press the fingertips down, or the palm rather. You might feel that through the forearm. If you use your phone or computer a lot, you might be feeling this in the wrist. So super gentle, breathing in, breathing out. I really love a nice slow practice, knowing that there's nowhere to go, no rushing, it's not a race. You could let that go, shake it out if you'd like. And then of course, switch sides. I like to do a little knock knock first with a soft fist. And then we'll switch hands, gently use the opposite hand, pressing downwards. I like my thumb in the back of the hand. Good, shoulders relaxed, navel drawn in, spine tall, everything else that we've been practicing stays. As you release, giving yourself that option to shake it out if you'd like. And the soft fist, knock, knock. Awesome. And we'll go ahead and bring the hands together, interlace your fingers, and just roll it out. Roll it out. There might be some snap, crackle, pop. Yes. Good. Get into the upper arms a little bit, shoulders a little bit. Ah, yes. Upper body getting more mobile, more fluid. Perfect. So let's go ahead and find our hands and knees next. Take your time, make your adjustments. If you'd like to be on a blanket or roll up your mat. So from seated for some time, I'm going to go ahead and extend one leg out. And then the other leg. So we've been started for some time now, working on wrists. So go ahead and just find your way onto knees if you're just joining us. And we'll start to move forward and back. So I like to tuck my toes, opening up the soles of my feet. Focusing on breath is key, it's essential. So go ahead and continue moving forward as you inhale Moving back as you exhale. Moving forward as you inhale. Back as you exhale. And just taking a few more deep breaths here. And once that feels complete, you could find yourself neutral in the center somewhere. And because we're focusing on the wrist today, be super mindful as you flip one hand towards you. So the fingertips are coming towards your body. As you look down, keep your neck neutral, breathing in and out. We're going to do one at a time before we add together. Slowly release that. You could sit back on your wrist or on your heels rather, not on your wrist. Shake it out if that feels good to you. And then we'll switch sides. So go ahead. If your wrist is hurting you, you can make a fist with your hand, be on your fingertips perhaps, or even come down to your forearm and elbow. As we reverse the opposite hand, fingertips towards you. Keeping the ribs in, neck long, spine tall. And when you're ready to slowly release, peeling your hand off the ground, shake it out if you'd like, roll it out if you'd like. Good. And then if it feels good, still in the wrists, we don't want to spend too much time in case it's overdoing it for your body. You could bring both hands down as we just did, one at a time, and circle your arm and your body around. Go one direction, circle. Tucking the toes or untucking the toes, circle the other way. How's your breath? Make sure you're not in pain. And then take a moment to release that. If you can, sit back on your heels with your toes tucked. You could bring your knees together or apart and just allow for an interlace of the fingers, thumb tips touch, sitting up tall. Find your drishti, a gazing point, focus, concentration, part of the yoga path. So if you're just joining me for the first time, I combine mobility and just a functional practice with yoga movement, yoga philosophy. And then go ahead and release that. You can have your hands now gradually spreading your fingers. Make some circles again, this time with your hands flat. Pressing down through the knuckles, underneath the knuckles. Go check in with the shoulders if you want bigger circles or smaller circles. Check in with your hips and your knees. All parts of you here now. Reverse the direction. And then slowly find a place of stillness. Go ahead and tuck your tailbone under as you tuck your chin into what we know as cat. Broadening through the shoulder blades, pressing to the tops of your feet. And then slowly back to neutral. So that's going to be our next movement. Grounding through the hands, tucking the chin, tuck the tailbone on an inhale, cat. Neutral as you exhale. Let's do that a few more times. If this is concerning to your wrist, please come onto your fingertips or again, forearms and elbows. I'll demonstrate that for the next few. Awesome. Come back to your hands if it's available. We'll go ahead and roll out the arm, reach it out towards the ceiling. Good. You can reach back as you exhale, inhale forward, Moving into the shoulders a little bit. That's our focus for today, was more upper body. Reverse the direction if you feel called to. Everything with me is invitational. Is don't do anything, especially if you feel like you have to. There's no have to's here. And then we'll open up the arm, reach it up towards the ceiling, extend and expand the chest, be mindful of the sacrum, and then thread the arm through. Land on the back of your shoulder and your back before your head. Make sure your neck feels supported and safe. For those who might be new to this practice, your left hand could be either in front of you, over your head, maybe next to you, or wrap around you. Take your time if your hand is wrapped around you to release it. Push down to lift up. Be super mindful, especially if you've been with me since the beginning. We've done a lot of work in that area. So just be super gentle with yourself. Be super mindful and move slowly, please. Good. Second side. Let's make some rotation through the shoulder. The shoulder is different for me. So notice if you feel different on this side, go with the opposite direction. And then open the arm up. And thread the arm through. Land on the shoulder and back first, then the head. Make your adjustments with your right hand this time, by your head, over your head, or behind you, wrap and bind. Breathing. If you'd like to, you could have a blanket thinly folded underneath your head, supporting your neck and shoulder. So if intuitively you decide to come out, just do it slowly, transition with some ease and comfort. I do love this shape, although today it feels different in my left side. Always come out if there's pain. One more breath. And take your time to release that back hand. Gently make your way up. Anything you need to do to shake it out. Go check in with your whole body. If you'd like a downward facing dog, or if that's new for you, it's just a letter V upside down. You could tuck your toes, ground into the earth, through the floor, through your hands. Lift the hips. You can walk your feet in place. Just kind of getting some energy and some fluidity, movement from the hips down to the feet. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, pull the navel in and look towards your navel or your upper thighs, keeping the neck nice and long. Press the floor away from you. Find length through the side bodies and then a little hollowing out. If it's available, through your underarms. 2 or 3 breaths. We're going to slowly walk feet to hands, hands to feet, into a forward fold. If this is not available for you, you could be onto your thighs or perhaps stand already. If you are here with me, forward folding. Keeping the knees bent as much as you need or like. Nod the head yes, a little no. You could bring your hands, interlace them to the back of your head, into the occiput.
letting the thumbs come down towards the neck. Just feel yourself lengthen the neck, pull the navel in, belly towards your thighs. Good. Ground down through 4 points of both feet. Feel the soles spread. Even though you might be shifting your weight forward, energetically feel from your sit bones, lowering down the backs of your legs in towards the heels. Keeping your face relaxed, eye gaze soft. Bend the knees, come into a half chair pose, keeping the elbows pointing away from each other. Gaze is down, breathe. Press into the feet and come to stand with a flat back, pushing your hands into the head into the hands. Open your heart center, look up. Arms out like we did at the start and back down to the ground. Taking a moment while I just readjust. Good. So standing in mountain pose, feet can be apart slightly or together. Roll the shoulders up and back. I'll work on this for next time. Good. So lifting up through the chest, rolling the shoulders back and down. You could interlace your fingers now behind you or grab a strap or anything you might have. Lift the chest, ribs in, bend the knees, and again, another forward fold, staying active through the upper body. How's your breath? Try not to push or force anything. Meet yourself where you're at. Bend the knees, return to that half chair pose. Let your hands come down by your sides. Stay active and present as you reach your arms forward, framing the face, palms facing one another. Ribs in, press back, reach forward, soft breath. Weight into the heels, sit back a little more if it's space to do so. And slowly release, hands down, step back all the way onto your knees and all the way onto your belly. Bend the elbows, lower down slowly. Point your toes, bring your hands under your forehead, support your head. You're welcome to wiggle your hips side to side. Go ahead and lift your right leg up gently, reach it back as if I'm pulling your leg from your hip, and then lower it. Same on the left, little lift, reach it back and lower. I like to keep my feet apart as I come to my hands under shoulders, closest to my chest. Spreading the toes, pressing into the toenails, little lift of the head, chest, and shoulders, and then roll back down as you exhale. Let's do a few of those, rolling cobras. Inhale, exhale. This time, if you'd like to lift and hold it, feel free. Be mindful, it's gentle compression, not tension in the low back. Keep the neck long. Breath in and out, easy. And then when you're ready, release. You could turn one cheek down, arms by your sides. Take a gentle, brief rest. Just feel your body breathe, let your body breathe you in and out. Just notice your capacity and capability of breath right now. Does it feel expansive? Does it feel restricted? Without judgment, just notice. Be gentle with yourself. It's part of the practice. When you're ready, you'll just gently roll onto your backside from here, taking your time. Your legs can be straight or knees bent. Your arms might want to be adjusted as you let your knees and hips just move side to side. You might let them fall to one side with or without a block underneath your knee or knees. Make any adjustments for your spine. Take your time back to center, maybe a little wiggle side to side again before the other side. And as you decide to come back to center with or without the block, go ahead and release the block if you had it. Give yourself a little hug. You could squeeze your knees in, holding your shins, holding your knees or under your thighs. Notice if you want to be still or create some movement, rocking side to side, or even draw some circles with your knees. You circle them in opposite directions. And then allow for stillness, feet flat onto the mat. You can measure it out by letting your middle finger touch your heel and then slide the feet about an inch further away from your fingertips. Shoulders down, spine long, press down through the low back. Good, neck is long, slight tuck of the chin. You can move your head around a little bit just to be sure. And then we'll do some rolling bridges, ground down through the feet, press into the floor. As you inhale, lift the hips, and then slowly exhale, lower the hips. Lift the hips slowly as you inhale. Exhale slowly. A couple of those. If you wish to lift and hold, a couple options. Keep your hands pressing down, option 1. Option 2, bend your elbows, roll your shoulders under. Option 3, hold on to the edges of your mat. Pull the mat away and lift. Last and final, well not final, second to last, interlace your fingers under your back. Or grab that block and slide it under your sacrum for support and more restorative. I'm going to stay on the block. You can have anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths here. If you're on a block and would like a little bit more hip extension, you could release one leg out. Turn it, then the other very slowly. Of course, you could stay longer. If your low back can handle it, then both at the same time. Make sure you have the block in a location that is most supportive for you. Coming out at your own time, slowly roll your spine down. Pausing, hand to heart center, hand to belly. Resting pose, constructive or conscious rest, knees together, feet apart. If you would like a happy baby pose, Ananda Valasana, Ananda meaning blissful or bliss. You could have your feet face the ceiling, holding the outer edges of your feet, ankles, shins, calves, or thighs, stand straight, in order to keep your head, shoulders, and back on the floor. Bring your feet together next, soles, feet kiss, and lower them down for a reclined butterfly or bound angle. Supta Baddha Konasana. You could slide blocks under your knees or outer thighs if you wish, or not. If you'd like more upper body opening, make sure you feel grounded through the low body. You could open your arms out to cactus or goalpost, elbows bent. Or perhaps even have your thumb tips and index fingers touch, creating a diamond shape over your head and the figure 8 or infinity symbol through your body. And on your own, a 5 to 10 breath count. If you haven't been counting, that's fine. Maybe take another 2 or 3 breaths before deciding to come out. You could roll onto your left or right side. Please take your time to make your way up. We'll close today's practice in a seated position like we began. So if you would like to find a cushion, a block, or a blanket, if not, just sit up tall with your legs crossed.
Noticing any shifts in the body, perhaps, if there's been any. And not judging if there hasn't been. Resting your hands on your knees or lap, elongating once again through. Okay, Wi-Fi is back. You're welcome to close your eyes down halfway or all the way down. Just allow for a gentle breath in through the nose. Filling up, maybe hold it at the top, allowing it to be a pause before exhaling through the nose. So again, take that a few more times, inhaling through the nose. Pausing perhaps at the top, holding it, and slowly letting it out through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Pause and hold, pulling everything in and up, and then exhale, slow to release. Just take the next few breaths on your own, acknowledging yourself for showing up for this practice. If there are any thoughts, feelings, emotions, or judgments around you or this practice I offered, notice that as well without attachment to it. We'll close, bringing your hands to heart center if you choose, or one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Can you offer yourself gratitude for the ability to move in this way? If there's something else you might like to say to yourself that's gentle, kind, and offers you compassion, please do so now. I offer the metta loving kindness prayer for us all. May I, may you, may we be happy. May I, may you, may we be safe. May I, may you, may we be healthy. May I, may you, may we be free from suffering. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day and beyond. Please follow me at the InBody Journey or check out my website. I'll be soon announcing upcoming online programs working with women for embodiment and somatic practices.